Congratulations.
Oh, we're doing video.
Apparently.
And these are some of the gifts. Chips, pasta, olives, salsa. Just getting warmed up,
Well, I'm super excited. Is this? Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna watch this. Well, I'm super excited for you guys. I hope you like how we envisioned or put into practice your ideas for the decorations. Can't wait to see the baby and good luck.
Okay.
Everything she said.
Lame.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see everyone come today to celebrate baby Ali. See friends I haven't seen in a really long time and build our extended family. So just very happy today.
I'm excited to share today with Jameelah and kind of celebrate our friend anniversary just in time for her impending motherhood. And I'm really excited to meet everyone else this year as well.
And everything.
Pregnant. It's big as a baby. It's a baby kicking the baby kick. Oh, the baby be kicking. Oh, the baby kicking.
Somebody had the right idea to make a humongous amount of pasta and not put anything on it, so we're working on that.
Oh, sorry. I should have given him more directions. Sorry.
So if you'd like to give your advice, just write it down and stick it on the wall. Okay? It can be serious or it can be silly. Either one will make it work very well for both Jameelah and Rasheed. Because they've got their lives changing. Oh my, do they have their lives changing.
I'm excited for Sister Jameelah and Brother Rasheed starting a new chapter in their life.
Actuarial program, and basically every year they pick 20 kids out of the country who are like really smart in mathematics or whatever to participate. So as I said, I met him. He was going into his senior year. I had just finished my senior year. I'm Christian. He's Muslim. Rasheed still to this day is my only Muslim friend. He's my best friend. And that was just a testament of the bond that we made at Howard University. The first time I think we talked, we stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning just talking about God. And that blew me away that I was able to do that with someone that was not of my same faith. And it just stuck. I think we also had some really cool, interesting stories about being peer pressured, by our friends, as far as, sex and everything. We were both these super pure high school kids before our college years. But it was so awesome. I never had that just open bond or connection with any other guy. Not even my dad, so Rasheed just from that day on always has been a really super important part of my life. And no matter how how much time goes by that we don't hear from each other, we go a year not talking to each other, and then when we talk to each other, it's you'd have thought we talk to each other every day. We just pick back up from where we left off, so I love him for that.
And I definitely want to give a shout out to Freestyle Gospel. He's a semi-established, up-and-coming, thorough rapper of Christ and everything that has to do with it. So he's really good. Otherwise, I would not put him on blast. So just if you ever are looking for that, that's where you go. He's good and he's good. Very talented. Very talented.
Rasheed knows that my refrigerator is open to him. Whenever he comes, once a week, he and some friends of ours, all of us get together. And I really like that about Rasheed and Jameelah, that they're just very down to earth and people. And I'm moving tomorrow, so I'm kind of sad, but I'm glad to be here for the shower. And I don't really have a funny story, but I'll think of it.
So I don't have a funny story. So I'm Jay again, part of Team Kitchen. But so I'm a student here at Hartford Seminary.
How many Hartford people are in the room? Okay, there are too many of you guys. So Hartford Seminary has been a really wonderful place for me to study, but I didn't really like find my people here exactly. And I think it was Awad said, he's like, you gotta meet my friend Rasheed. His wife Jameelah's coming to town. I think you guys will get along really well. And I remember when I met you, I was like, oh, thank God, I have finally found my people. And I met Rasheed first, and he was like, you gotta meet my wife when she gets to town. And then Jameelah came up, and I was like, that's it, I found my people. And I think, honestly, you guys are the first Muslims that I've found that have shared this whole other element of connection with the world that's really, really important to me to find. I know that there are lots of Muslim activists out there, but they haven't been as present in my life. And then I left. But I'm really glad to be back, but I miss you guys. And it's just that it's been a real blessing. I think the first time you guys came over together, we stayed up until like 1 a.m. talking about how we were going to take over the masjid system in America and fix it. So I'm still ready. Call me in. I'm like, here.
I just met Rasheed and Jameelah this year, so I'm going to be in the room. But I think me and Rasheed have had some deep conversations that we kind of have a lot of the same thinking. We haven't really shared the words. There's been lots of eye connections of just kind of understanding each other. And Jameelah's like the sweetest person I've ever met. So it's been a real blessing getting to know the both of you. I call her my baby mama when she comes through to events, and I'm always asking Rasheed how my baby mama's doing. So, and I recognize that that's probably not the nicest thing, so then I'm like, your wife. But I just thank you for letting me be here today. I appreciate it.
I think the first time I actually met Jameelah was Habitat for Humanity, and we were painting, and I just thought it was really cute how they were. They were like joking around with each other and all this stuff, and I was like this little girl just being like, oh, you guys are so cute. But they kind of opened my eyes to like a different view on marriage, because I never really thought about it, and I was like, in like with my culture I see more like arranged marriages and stuff like that, and seeing like them being like really happy was really sweet and cute. And then this past summer I was an intern, so I worked more closely with Jameelah, and she just turned into like a really great mentor, and I was able to just tell her anything, and we worked on like all these projects for MCCT, so I learned a lot. And then you guys are really cool.
It was a male cat. We were real good friends. But I had it in the dorm room here, at the college. So I found out that I wasn't allowed to have pets. So I was calling around trying to find somebody responsible to take it, and I had to leave town on emergency. So what I did was I went to the masjid, where Rasheed and I go to pray, Jameelah, some of us go over here on Hungerford, and the people living there at the time said that they would watch the cat for me while I left, So when I get back, they tell me that the cat is gone. The cat ran away, and so I'm like, wow, the cat ran away out of a locked facility. A house cat ran outside and just disappeared. So I'm like, okay, maybe it got scared, something like that. Because all they had to do was really feed it, just put the food out, So what they did was, when it was gone, when it had disappeared, they threw out the litter box, So now the cat has no litter box. It turns out the cat was still in there, So they called me back like, well, I think the cat's in there. I thought it was a stray cat. It seems aggressive, but this is 2 weeks later, So I'm like, yeah, it's probably aggressive. It's been 2 weeks. It's no litter box. Yeah, probably, So, they thought it was a stray. So I come, I come and get it out, and with Rasheed. So we take it back, and the next day, I got an email from the person who wanted to take the cat, this is after the 2 weeks of, starvation, loss. I brought it to my house that night, and helped it nurse the purr back and everything, a little bit. And then it turns out that a good friend of mine, Rochelle, needed a cat, had a dog who fosters cats, right?
Yeah.
And was looking for kind of a mate or a pair or a family type of thing. So got a good home for the cat. Saved the cat. Jameelah's happy. Rochelle's happy. I'm happy. Cat has a good home. And if you met it, you'd be crying right now. If you met the cat, it's a really nice, lovable cat. That's the cat story.
As you can see, it doesn't only take a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise a cat.
Yes.
Wanted to come down, see where the party was at. But do community service too, but not quite as. He ended up getting like Youth of the Year award that I thought I was a shoo-in for, but so there's a little tension there. Yeah, I'm still a little bitter. Anyway, so
it all comes out now. Can't do anything about it now.
So no, we had a blast, and I knew his mom, and she was very, very sweet and was always very kind. And even though we were very, very different, we did have a lot in common, and we both were very ambitious and, like I said, very passionate about our community. So we became good friends, stayed friends throughout college, had different college trials and tribulations, and stayed in communication. And I stayed in Michigan for school. He moved out to New York.
Yeah.
Yep. So, back then day, Instant Messenger was real popular, so we was getting our AOL Instant Messenger on. Sometimes you wouldn't respond, it's okay. Busy. But anyway, so he was on the East Coast. Eventually I made it out to New York, and we kind of reconnected, after kind of having virtual conversations for a really long time. So, and we were very different when we were older, yes. Than when we were teenagers in our youth group. So he was like, oh wow, you're still intense, but maybe not as intense and scary when you were 14 and 15 talking about changing the world. And I was like, you're more intense, so that's cool, that's partying. So we thought it would be maybe a good idea for us to see what would happen, and here we are, and now there's a baby Ali. Woo!
Okay, so we gotta do that.
Oh, let's vote. Okay, so.
I was gonna do one after, but you gotta do the gift.
Yes.
I gotta do it.
So this is my aunt Linda, and we love her very dearly. She has to leave early, so we're gonna open her gift before.
I appreciate it.
You want to give me a hint what I'm looking for here?
The little green bag there. Yeah.
Good placement.
Do you like to help?
Sure. Give me a take those plates back.
Make sure you recycle all those bags.
Okay, here, you can do the card.
Okay.
You said recycle the bags? Yes.
Aww. Should I read it? A shower gift for the little one on the way. Baby Ali, just a little something for you and the new little someone we can't wait to meet. Love, Auntie Linda. Yeah.
You're the first one I'm gonna do.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. Made with tender loving care. Linda Miller. You sell these?
No.
Oh.
I don't sell them. I just make them for gifts.
Nice.
But where's the hat?
Oh, sorry.
Here's the hat. Let me see. Here's the hat. Okay, I gotta go. Nice meeting everyone. Take it easy. Oh, is it edible? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Have fun.
All right, so. No, I have to do mine.
Oh my God.
I mean, yours is gonna be better. Yours is gonna be better, but I gotta do mine. All right. So, for those of you who don't know Jameelah very well, right? She is an environmentalist, an activist, an anti-oppressionator, and and yeah, that's good, right?
Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Always
thank-
check that.
Yeah, philanthropist, right? And scholar. So she does a lot of professorship work and teaching internationally, doing international travel. So when we were recording, she was planning to go to India. She went to Saudi. She went to Qatar. She went to South Africa. She went to Venezuela. She went to Brazil. All in Cuba, all in 2 years. Right? It was 2 years, maybe three. 2 years, right? So me, I'm like just working. And I'm involved in a couple different things like Nesby and Masjid and stuff. So I do those kind of few things, and she's out globe trotting, taking over the world, right? And the reason why I say taking over the world is because she's very driven. Ever since we were kids, like she said, we're in high school. I keep thinking we're in middle school, but that's still neither here nor there. So she's always been environmental, trying to save the world. That's why all the plates and everything is compostable. And also a lot of teaching about environment and family building and community building and so forth. So a lot of things that you'll see, which we'll probably talk about, are recyclable, and everything's green, the birds and so forth. So that's where a lot of it comes from. And it's always been very intense. She's a fiery Aries and very intense about it. So if you're not about changing the world and saving the world and doing everything for the world, then you might not want to say hi. So you're right there. So she's very, very compassionate as far as family and community and the world overall. And that's why so many people have been drawn to her over the years.
Organized enough yet to be a parent, but one thing that I hear time and time again is that everybody will give you advice all the time on how to raise your children, whether you ask for it or not. Like, you know, in the supermarket alley counter to the sidewalk to in-laws and everybody in between. And I recently read an article that I thought it was really beautiful. It said, you could either get grumpy and upset and angry that everybody is trying to tell you how to raise your child in a way that you may or may not want to raise your child, or you can aim for Zen and sort of focus on the idea that it's coming from a place of love. They're going to give it to you anyway. And so getting upset isn't going to do you any good. And if you just aim for Zen and keep your heartbeat calm, that'll be better for you. We could, as Muslims, could sort of say that this is like a test from God to see how well you weather the storm and with what patience you carry. So that's my advice to you. Everybody's going to give you advice, but there's one piece of how you can take that. And the other thing is just remember you guys are a team, which is a true blessing from God.